Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Ziba Nation Plays, the Academy Challenge, the FM Scout Academy Challenge with FC Dallas. And here we are with a very special episode for many reasons. But the number one reason we're here is it's Champions League time. That's right, North American Champions League is getting underway. As you can see here, we are in Group A of the group stage. We're in here with Group A with Comunicaciones. I believe they are, yes, Guatemalan, a National League team from Guatemala. I don't think they've got much in the way of players. They do not. They've got all scrub-type players, and we have no idea how good they are or how bad they are. But I just assume that these scrub players are not very good. It could be a database thing. It could be, maybe the Guatemalan League isn't represented in the database so that they're, they don't have players to choose from, but I don't know exactly how that works. But the real problem that we're looking at here is that we're in the group with Toronto FC. And not only are they an MLS team, which means they're roughly equivalent to our level, but look over here, Toronto is having a very good season. They're number one in the Supporter Shield. We're down here in 5th place in the Supporter Shield. They got 44 points. So they're doing pretty good this season, and we know that they've always got a lot of talent out there in Toronto FC. They've got some deep pockets. They pay pretty well. See, they got Sammy Jock in goal, of course. They've got their defense, which is pretty good. Belteshaw, Moore, Moro, Benoit Cheiro is good. They got a lot of real good players. Of course, Giovinco, Altidore, so they've got some dangerous strikers. And this is a team that kind of fell apart last season. I'm not exactly sure why. I don't see Bradley or Will Johnson. Okay, there's Will Johnson. One of the best Canadian players in the game anywhere. I think he's got to be the best Canadian player in any league right now. I'm not 100% sure about that, but he is very talented. But he's also injured. He's on the 6-game disabled list for Toronto, so that's going to help us out, or at least it would help us out were we not dealing with injury problems of our own. And that's one of our issues this season. Even though, we're still 2nd place, only a few games since our mid-season update, but we're still in 2nd place with 38 points after 25 games. That's okay. We're starting to put a little distance between ourselves and the next tier of teams, but still we haven't quite caught up to Houston yet. And one of the reasons are injuries. Injuries, and specifically injuries to the midfield. So as you can see, our injured players here, Paxton Pomykal, we mentioned him in the midseason. He's out for the season. He's still out for 5 to 6 months. Jason Cannon, our advanced central advanced midfielder, advanced central midfielder. Yeah, that sounds better. Injured for how long? 3 months. Joe Velasquez, our other advanced midfielder, injured for how long? 2 to 4 weeks. Van de Castile, our defensive midfielder, is suspended. Ron Searle, another of our central midfielders, injured for how long? Well, only 4 to 7 days. So he'll be back, but he's not going to be back in time for this game. So we're going to have to run some stuff. Oh, the other thing that happened, I forgot to mention, is our best defender, Hedges, got traded, or at least he got bought from us. Somebody matched one of his clauses in his contract. He had a where's the transfers? There's the transfers, transfer history. There he is, Cruz Azul. They're a very big team. I see them all the time, especially in Champions League. First Division Mexican team. They bought him out for $2.9 million, which was I think that's what the buyout was in his contract. So basically, we got offered that, and my director of football or somebody just immediately approved it and said, okay, he's out of here. So there we go. We're missing our best defender, but that's okay because we drafted for this we've drafted for such things to happen, which is why we've got Rodriguez, we've got Johnson, we've got our new draft pick this season, Holdsworth. All these guys are young defenders. They've got a lot of potential, and they're pretty decent right now. So in a way, it sucks to lose Hedges because he's one of the better defenders in the MLS. But he is getting up there in age. He was 27 or 28 years old. And, we're going to give these youngsters a chance to shine. So here we go. We're going to be playing Rodriguez at left central defender. Give him his chance to shine. And if he reaches his potential, he's got 4.5-star potential. So he's just as good as Hedges if he reaches that potential. So that should be fine. We still have Zimmerman hanging around. We haven't traded him yet, even though some teams do want to take a look at him, but that's okay. We'll keep him around for as long as we can. But injuries and suspensions have caused us to move around and caused us to change our formation. So this is kind of the best formation I could come up with. It's the one that our assistant coaches just insist that we use game after game. They always say we should be playing this formation. So here we go. They're going to get their wish, which is the 4-1-2-3 DM wide. Sort of the Burning Man-ish formation. I guess it's not quite the Burning Man formation. Maybe it's the Burning Lady formation. I don't know. But, yeah, that's what we're going to go with. So in the midfield, we've moved Acosta into defensive midfielder. Ulloa is back from injury. He's got his fitness back up, so there's no problem there. We're going to play Hollingshead. He's wanting more starting time. He's not very match fit. We're going to put him in there at ball-winning midfield. And then for our wide advanced midfielders, our wingers, got Koycraft. He's really our only option there. I mean, he's a good assist man. We like him at striker a little bit better, but he's going to be playing here for now because he's our only option. And Akindele is going to be playing the inside forward on the right-hand side. So maybe that'll let him cut inside, get a little bit more offensive rather than just sit back and try to send balls forward. And we're going to send balls forward to Alcantara. We're going to start with him as the advanced forward. But if he doesn't work, then we're going to bring Washington off the bench as the target man and see if we can change things up that way. And then, of course, Gonzalez in goal. So this is basically the best team we could field right now. We've brought several guys up from our minor leagues, our juniors team, just to where are we looking for transfer history? Just to sort of fill out the roster. So I mentioned Quintanilla is back. Tom Fleming, he's a striker / midfielder, which he's honestly not a great striker. He doesn't have a ton of skills. He doesn't have the finishing that I like at striker, having only 8 finishing. But as a midfielder, he's very interesting. He's got flair, he's got leadership, he's got very good physical skills, pace and strength. Acceleration, all that kind of stuff, jumping reach. So he's an interesting young player, 18 years old, just turned 18, so I signed him up to the senior team rather than having him sort of, play with be the big fish in the small pond down in our juniors team. So he's training, he's doing well. I haven't played him in a game yet, but his stats are increasing just from the training. Then we brought up Mark Thompson, another 18-year-old, another guy who's going to be playing in the midfield for us, central midfield. He's a guy with some decent skills, some decent technique, free kicking, marking and passing are pretty good, decision making. He's got some skills, some long passing skills, and he doesn't dive into his tackles, so I guess that's good. His physicals are okay. He's very fit. But just another one of those guys we're bringing up because it's time for him to try, advance in his career a little bit. And then another midfielder, a defensive midfielder this time, Ed Baker, only 17, but he's showing a lot of promise. He's already reached his 2-star potential. He's a guy with a lot of really good mentals, work rate, vision, teamwork, positioning, flair, decision maker. So he's going to do some interesting stuff for us at that defensive midfielder role. His passing and tackling are very good. So he's a young player. His physicals aren't great, but his technicals and his mentals are very good. So might as well, bring him up, give him a shot. Maybe we can improve those physicals a little bit, and he'd be a very good all-around player for us. So there we go. We're fulfilling the academy challenge here by bringing up all these guys from our academy teams, and they're probably not going to play a lot this year, but they're there just for insurance policies and get their feet wet for coming seasons. Anything else we want to look at? I don't think anything else is of import. We tried to get another affiliate club. I'm not sure if that actually happened or not. I didn't see anything in the affirmative to say that we got that new affiliate. No. Not yet. Still have the OKC Energy one, but that's not really paying out for us very much. Tigres, of course, the only thing we get from Tigres, I guess, is our ability to host a loan or a preseason friendly against them. Ooh, FC Dallas may send junior players to train at Tigres. Tigres may benefit with some of these players coming through their youth team ranks. We're gonna have to experiment with that. I haven't seen the ability for us to do that. Juniors, under 20 squad. I guess they could use some help. I don't know. All right. Well, I'll experiment with that off camera and see what happens there. I never really noticed that. I thought that they were a team that would loan players to us, not the other way around. Anyway, let's go to the match preview here with Communicaciones. Looks like they're doing the smiley face formation here. The 3 defenders, 2 wingbacks, 3 midfielders, 2 strikers. So it's a pretty darn compact defensive formation. I'm not real happy about that, but we'll see if we can break it down. Even though we're not, we're not sending our fullbacks forward right now. We've got Escobedo and Cole. Maybe I could send Escobedo forward because Akindele is an inside forward, so that might not be the worst thing in the world to do, but I don't know. We'll keep it on defense for now and see if we need it. Then we'll use that little bit of tactical shenanigans. Instructions wise, don't want to do that. Don't want to look for overlap. I don't think we want to control. I think we want to start out standard. Yeah, we'll just start out standard everything and see how that goes. And submit the team. Alright, so this is a very special Sunday edition because it's MLS Sunday. The league starts up today in real life, not in the game. In the game, it's already been going for months, obviously. But in real life, MLS starts today. There's a few games on television on ESPN and Fox Sports. Sort of dual coverage. I think ESPN gets the early game and Fox gets the late game, or maybe both, I don't know. We shall see, though. Let's see, a question from Evan Hewitt from the American Soccer Free Press. He is experienced when we have an unfriendly relationship. There's been much speculation this week surrounding the future of Ante Razov. He must be the Seattle coach. I was wondering why the Seattle badge was here, I guess. Oh, there it is, yep. Experts critical and some fans apparently losing patience with the Seattle head coach. What are your thoughts on this matter? Really? Seattle just won the Supporter Shield last season. So, he's a superb head coach. Criticisms are unwarranted. That's fine. Let's see. So they are switching up their formation here, going with a 4-4-1-1. Interesting. Do we know what these guys look like yet? No, we have no idea. Yardi Rojas. All right, nice name, buddy. Appreciate that. All right, let's apply our advice. I guess we'll just close down on their 2 advanced players and their wingers for now, just to see what happens there. Close down, passionate. All right, go out there and impress me. Who cares? Ooh, gray, cloudy skies. Here we get the first home game. See, here's our first look at the new Toyota Stadium. You can see it's got the end zones filled in now in the corners here. You used to be able to see outside the corners. Filled it in, added a few thousand more fans, and we're actually expected to have a sellout today, which is not usual for the first game of a Champions League. You'd think there wouldn't quite be this much excitement, but there is a lot of excitement here. Even our board is putting a little bit of pressure on us. They want us to reach the quarterfinals, which means we have to win this group. Oh. Offsides by Gerardo. All right. So that's the one thing. As we play better, as we get, accomplish more things, the board expects more out of us. So last year when we played in the Champions League, they didn't really care how we finished, and now they want us to reach the quarterfinals. So hopefully we can do that. All right, what's our assistant saying? We should encourage our players to play more long balls. All right, that we can do. I'd like to get a highlight to see what's going on. Akindele get that steal. Nope. Ooh, this is dangerous. Oh, what a stop by Gonzalez. What a stop. I thought that was in, and it almost was. Hit the post after he deflected it. Alright, we're not getting any highlights here. They're getting too many highlights. We're going to pause this. I'm going to go counter. Clear the ball to the flanks so our wingers can go get it. Hit early crosses. We'll try getting stuck in early. We don't have any yellow cards yet, so let's see if we can rectify that situation, I guess. Even though we don't really want to, but that's the joke. All right. Rodriguez, Akindele, there we go. Alcantara is going to take on the whole defense all by his lonesome. Yeah, he does, and he wins a corner out of it. Good man. That's what I don't like about the single striker. Is like a lot of times they're just left to their own devices up there, 1 on 2 or 3, and we don't. Oh, Alcantara must have got ahead on that. We don't typically have the kind of dominating strikers who could do that. Our strikers are more finishers as opposed to creators. Although Alcantara is a little bit of a creator. He can dribble the ball. He's got some flair, but it's not like he's, Messi or Ronaldo or somebody like that. Oh, good defense there, Rodriguez. That could have been a very dangerous pass. Here we go. Cole with a free kick. Not sure why he's taking that, but okay. So I know today we're going to get to see New York play. We're going to get to see the new Atlanta team. Let's see if Alcantara can do something. Nope. We're going to get to see the new Atlanta team play. There's actually a lot of buzz around this new Atlanta team. They're apparently spending money. They're, it looks like they're building a team to win right away. Whereas the other expansion team, look at Akindele using his inside forward moves. He broke down the defense pretty well. But Hollingshead's going to follow the same trajectory here. Gets it into Alcantara. I'd rather see Alcantara on the finishing side of this, but oh well. Uloa win us a corner. Yeah, the other expansion team, Minnesota, is building more for the future. I think they're using younger players. They've got a core of players from when they were a minor league team. And they're going to have some of those players, I guess, form the center of their team and build out from there more slowly. than what Atlanta's trying to do. Here's Alcantara with a free kick again to no avail. So it'll be interesting to see how those teams fare in the future. You know, it reminds me actually of NFL expansion. Like Ulloa wins the foot race there. Alcantara, he's got Akindele streaking down the left. Can he get there? He gets it to him. Akindele with a shot. No good. No good. You know, when in the NFL, when the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Carolina Panthers came into the league, ooh, there's the goal. Ulloa, nice play. Alcantara heads it back to Ulloa, who gets his second goal of the season. He's definitely one of our most important players, and the fact that he was out so much is Escobedo on the free kick. That's interesting. Gets it right to Alcantara. Nice play, nice header. You know, good control of the ball. He didn't just sort of head it wildly in random directions. So, excellent play. Here's Cole with the free kick. Now we're starting to get lots of highlights. Zimmerman heads it on to Kraft, and Kraft, I think that deflected off our own guy. Yep. Here we go. Man, we are just piling up the highlights. Oh, this might be their highlight. Nope. Zimmerman gathers up the garbage. Ulloa makes the play to Kraft. See if we can get it into our striker. No. Was it deflected? Yeah, it looks like it's deflected. People are gathering for the corner. Who's taking our corners these days? There's Escobedo again. Not the worst corner I've ever seen. At least we got retained possession. Escobedo again in. Alcantara. Ooh, it's a good defensive play. But we get another corner. Who's on this side? It's Ulloa, number 8. See, I don't really know the proper numbering for soccer. It's like I know like number 9 is supposed to be a striker. That's like all I know. I'm sure it goes like 1 is usually the goalie, and like 2, 3 defense, 4, 5 fullbacks, 6, 7, 8 in the midfield. You know, I don't know. That's just what I assume. It's kind of like rugby where you have certain positions have to have certain numbers. I'm sure that's not how it is at the club level, but it's like international level and all that, just so people know who's who without having to guess. Anyway, we are definitely getting a lot of highlights. I guess we should have gone more aggressive from the start. Being at home, there's is that Akindele? That must have been Akindele. That inside forward role seems to be suiting him. Should I bother finishing the Carolina Panthers, Jacksonville Jaguars? You probably already understand what I'm talking about. One team built for the future, one team built for now. Blah, blah, blah. And anyway, the Panthers made the playoffs in their second season, whereas Jacksonville took them a long time to make the playoffs. So there you go. There ends the story. Let's see. So we're looking delighted now. I guess we'll keep these instructions until something bad happens, because we really dominated the second half of the first half. I need a better analogy for that. The end of the first half, I don't know, something of the first half. We dominated it. Let's see, anything else going on? I watched the UFC last night. That was pretty good. It's the problem with the UFC pay-per-views is they're just on too late. They're not as late as they used to be when they started at 11. Now they start at 10. I guess that's merciful, but it's still pretty late. You know, you don't get to the main event until well after midnight. Here's Alcantara on a run. Tries to get it stolen, but there's that flare. Hollingshead to Cole, my man, Cole. Not a good finish. He really needs to work on that finishing. Off the wall with the free kick. All right, they might get a counterattack out of this. It looks like they're more of a control team, so I don't think they're going to be into the real quick counterattacks. But here we go. They get a highlight unless we get a steal. No yellow cards of yet. That's no good. Oh, no. Can't have this. Can't get a draw. But I mean, what was our defense doing? They just asleep at the wheel there. Give them a pep talk here. I'm going to be passionate and tell them to show some passion. They're looking complacent. I don't like that. Especially with, a new formation that we're just trying out. It's, don't have confidence that we can score against this defensive formation they've got. Ulloa into Alcantara. Ooh, he almost got there. If he was just a smidge faster, that was a smidge better pass. That would have been an easy tap-in goal. Ulloa making some plays. Kraft knocks it back. Hollingshead with the shot. Oh, what a save. What a diving save. Here's another highlight. I might have to switch to attack here. 55 minutes down. Nice pass to Alcantara, but again, he's all by himself up there. Oh, he makes a move. Fires a shot well wide. All right, let's work the ball into the box. See if that changes things. You lowered the free kick. No good, as expected. I really cannot remember the last time we scored on a free kick. All right, 62 minutes down. We're going to switch to attack mode. Take that off of there. See if that does anything for us. They get a free kick. No good, no good. Is this another highlight here? Hollingshead gets it out wide. Akindele. Ooh, nice pass back to Ulloa. We're getting too tricky here, getting too cutesy. But at least Kraft got a shot on goal. Alright, so let's bring Escobedo, put him at fullback, and we'll put him in the attack mode. Just to give us an extra little dimension out wide. There's a header gone wide. Speaking of wideness, that's where our header went. Can't quite tell where the visiting fans are. Is this them over here in the gray section? Could be. Let's see. Zimmerman's a little tired. Hollingshead gets a yellow card. Oh no, Zimmerman's injured. That's not what we needed at all. Ouch. Okay, so we can bring in Johnson. Here's our defensive duo of the future, Johnson and Rodriguez. I guess the future is now. Potential knee injury. We are just full of knee injuries this season. That's not good. All right. Anybody else we want to sub in at the moment? Is anybody playing particularly bad? Not well. Kraft isn't playing well. But unfortunately, we don't really have anybody to sub in for Kraft. I mean, maybe Washington, he could play a little bit out there. But I think he plays on the right side. Or, yeah, I guess he could. I don't know. We'll stick with Kraft for now. See what happens. $77, $79, $80. Okay, we're going too far here. Got to do something. So what we're going to do, switch to the 4-2-3 narrow. Change it up a little bit. Gonna bring in Washington for Kraft. Alcantara, Poacher. Akindele will make him the advanced forward, so we'll send everybody forward. Hopefully we can, hopefully we can get something going. Start it back up. Changes have been made. Let's see. Here we go, boys. Here we go. Hollingshead. Get it forward. There's Akindele. Kantar to Washington. Does he have anybody? There's Cole on the outside. Oh, he sneaks it past him. Just wide. I think the goalkeeper got a fingernail on that one. Alright, 86 minutes down. Here's a corner to nobody in particular, but it looks like Acosta's going to chase it down, reset the offense, hopefully. Nope, going to get it stolen. Going to get it back. Alright. Let's reset the offense. There we go. Escobedo up to Hollingshead. Stop messing around with that. Let Escobedo get back out wide. There's Cole on the attack again. Come on, Cole. Don't just shoot it. Make passes. Ugh, 3 minutes of stoppage time. I'm going to make one last substitution. Going to bring in Quintanilla for Hollingshead. Whoops. Make him deep line playmaker. And Ulloa, yeah, I guess he's a ball-winning midfielder. Nothing you can do about that. Here we go. Let's get the steal. That is not it. Oh, nice defensive play there. Cole gets it up to Washington. Nice pass. Got Cole on the outside again. There he is. It would have been a better pass. Might have been nice. Into Hollingshead. Get it out wide. Escobedo's wide open. Escobedo is open. Not giving him the ball. There, finally they give him the ball. Okay, come on. This is the last minute. We got to get a score here. There's a nice shot. Akindele chases it down. Centers to nobody in particular. Alright, we got 30 seconds left. This is our last attack. Let's break them down. Let's get one last shot. Let's get a late goal. Nope. And there's still a little bit of time. Out wide to Escobedo. Can he get the cross? There it is. Washington, no good. Oh, did the defense get ahead on that? I think so. Here's the final corner. Ulloa into nobody. That's probably going to be time right there. Unless Akindele can get one last. Nope. Alcantara. There's full time. Yikes. So not a good start. A 1-1 draw to start things out. Simply put, not good enough. We should have won that match. So the format for this is you play each team twice. So we're going to have two games against Communicaciones, 2 games against Toronto FC. So basically that means that we got to beat Toronto. That's what it comes down to. And that's obviously not impossible because they're in the same league as we are. It's just more difficult than beating Communicaciones. So hopefully maybe they'll get a draw. I don't know, but we'll see. Out 3 to 4 weeks. Zimmerman, the injuries continue to pile up for FC Dallas. We're not going to put him on the injury list because that will probably mean that he'll be out for the rest of the season. Because let's see, 6 games will probably take us past the roster deadline. And if your guy is on injured reserve past the roster deadline for the MLS, then he's out for the whole season. That's a little thing you got to keep in mind when putting people on injured reserve. So if it gets near the end of the season and there's a chance the guy could come back, just don't put him on injured reserve and wait till he heals up. Even if it's like, the last week of the season, then maybe you'll have him for the playoffs. But if you put him on injured reserve to save that roster spot, then you're committed to whoever you bring in and say that guy's going to be our guy going forward. But we got no options with this league or with this save because we can't just go out and get people. We'd have to go and pull somebody from our academy, which there's not really anybody I'd want to pull. They keep telling that Cortese has a lot of potential, but I don't know. I don't see it right now. His pace is okay. Jumping reach, not good enough. Strength, not good enough. I mean, this guy is just not ready to play. So I would not want him in the team no matter what. So, yeah. I guess that'll do it. We're going to have to rely on a young defense. So bring in Johnson here. And then we do have Steve Perry, one of our other draft picks from 2 years ago. He's proven to be a guy who doesn't have a lot of potential. He's basically reached his potential right now. And that's kind of what I thought when I drafted him. When I looked at him and I saw how high some of his stats were, I thought, well, maybe this guy has reached his peak and he doesn't have much farther to go. And that's probably the case. But he's going to be helpful for now, and that's why I pulled him off loan. I pulled a couple guys off loan. Perry was one. Who else did I pull off of loans? Maybe I was just thinking of pulling other people off loans. Yeah, I was thinking of pulling Lish off of loan. And Morelli off of loan, defensive midfielder. Oh, I did send somebody out on loan. I sent Hindeman out on loan. He actually got interest from some German league teams, so I sent him out there. I've never had that before. Nobody from Germany has ever been interested. So I think he's out in the second division out there in Germany. So anyway, he's doing good. So we'll leave him on loan, but everybody else we might call them all back because our roster is starting to get thin with all these injuries. Anyway, we'll see you next time for the next Champions League game. Bye.